Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. There's an empire, fucking boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Bro, what the fuck?
What are you doing to fight and dismantle racism that benefits you, white person?
We got a white savior on our hands.
How does that feel to know as a white person that you are sick, twisted, narcissistic?
Biatch.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
It is the full normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 24 Hundo and 86 of the Daily Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2 Flex, and all you beast. Yeah,
it's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam, get out the bone broth, get out the black cafecito. It's time for Swole Slut Saturday. So, first things first, what's going on, fam? How we doing, Dylan, Brittany, Julian? How we doing, San, Frank, Nathaniel, Matt? Everyone is here. Welcome, Cerny, Lacey, Dan, Pedro. How we doing, Matt? Everyone, Mark, everyone's here. We have an amazing show today. We got some awesome knowledge cock, and of course, we're going to go balls deep. But before we do, reminder, yesterday's episode, yesterday's overtime, driving while gaining, is now available, fam. If you missed it, holy shit.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
You want a summer body, you want to be a hottie, but you won't stop eating donuts. If you know, you know. So I hope that new jingle is going to earfuck you for the entire week. So make sure you go check it out on Swole TV. So if you missed it, it's available now for members inside Swole TV. So join the fam. Check out all the links down below, swolenormousx.com. We have been dropping amazing new content. We have a brand new Swollen 7, brand new mobility. I think it was round 13 that's available that we dropped on Monday. We got some more training content and yoga and recipes dropping this coming Monday for our accountability meeting. We have it going down on the 27th at 12 noon Eastern time. And of course, not only that, we also have, let me see. Oh, do I have the thing? We also have, drum roll. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Did I open that up? There we go. We also tomorrow have our Sunday Fun Day Q&A, the 26th. So we have open Q&A, just tons and tons of Q&A tomorrow. And on Monday, we have our accountability meeting. But like I said, join us inside Swolenormous X, get access to all the programs. You don't want to miss out on any of the exclusive live streams. We had a roundtable this past Thursday, which was fucking fire. We had the overtime segment on Friday. We have accountability meetings every Monday. There's just so much stuff going on inside this Swole fam. And with all the new training content and driving while gainings every fucking week featured in the overtime segments, there's a lot. So we'll talk more shop on Monday with the private member Q&A and the accountability meeting when we drop those new fucking releases. Best way to start the week. But just want to put that out there because it is Saturday and today's episode is like sandwiched. It's sandwiched between a huge fucking week. We had the roundtable, then we had overtime with the new DWG. Tomorrow we got the Q&A, and it's Monday with the accountability meeting. So Swole Set Saturday. Let's get a little America for the Swole fam. A lot of stuff going on. Oh yeah, not only that, I know we're just kind of getting into the tip, but we also have P3S6 dropping in. You know what? February is so weird because it's a short month, so I forgot it ends on the 28th. It's just right around the fucking corner. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks. On March 11th, we have P3S6. So talk about an absolute hot fucking just steaming pile of awesomeness. And of course, we're coming up into 7 years of Swole in May. Plus, we have Balls Deep for Summer special release event. We got a lot of stuff. So we'll start talking all about that. We need a calendar. We need the Swole calendar. The Calendario de Swole. We need a Swole calendar where we have everything organized because it's just, there's so much and I don't want to blow out your ear holes every single day. So maybe we'll just put a little calendar or something, like a link. You can see all the upcoming events we've been talking about for a while. I think that was on the top of the list and then we forgot about it and put it down to the side. So we'll get the calendar thing going and we'll give you all links and you can check out and see the upcoming events, but mark your calendars. This week is big. It's going to be fucking awesome. We'll get that calendar thing bumping and, without further ado, fam, let's get into today's episode. Nice little intro. Let's bust the nut open and drop in the comments, fam. What are you smashing today?
a nice card. That's a nice card. All right. Drop in the comments below. Hashtag SwoleSlut or hashtag SSS if you don't want to get banned. SSS at SwoleSlut Saturday. After all, drop that in the comments down below. Now let's moisturize and get into that tip. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, so we talked about all the new stuff going on this week. We kind of covered it all. And let's get into the first Swole fan post. Very simple, straightforward post. Easy. Easy peasy. This is from Anna, and it's just a picture of a barbell, and it says, "Feels good. Hello, old friend." Very nice. Making some gains.
Yow.
Anna making some gains. We have one here from Christian, and Christian says, "The grind doesn't stop because it's Friday. Back in traps this morning, followed by a daily yoga practice and meditation. Crush your goals, crush your weekend, crush your workouts. Much love, fam." All right. Rocking the smile, and of course, Swolenormous apparel. Nice Swolenormous tank. Looks good on you. Jessica has a picture of, looks like a lot of beef and protein. Jessica says, "My main meal tonight totally stuffed me. I could have eaten half and been fine, but I would be very under for calories and such, and I never know what to do, so I just wait and finish it when I can." Well, very good. And the thing is, with an elimination, when you're eating animal-based or eating a lot of protein and quality fats, you can really eat until you're full. You're actually going to get the proper satiety mechanism triggers when you're eating nutrient-dense food. So you don't have to micromanage. And that's the most important thing when it comes to elimination. Is the most important thing when it comes to really figuring out your nutrition is you want to be able to eat the foods that work best for you to your full satisfaction. A lot of people say, "No, well, if you keep on eating extra steak, you'll still get fat." Try it. Try eating nutrient-dense food. When I say nutrient-dense food, everyone has their own. That's why when you say healthy food or eating well, everyone's got their own idea of what that means. Okay? So if I say eating quality food, some people will think, well, pasta's quality food. If you're eating protein and fat, you try to overeat steak. Just eat steak. All right? Go carnivore. Try to get fat on carnivore. Good fucking luck. Anyone? Anyone have their opinion on that? I'm not saying you have to do carnivore. I'm not saying that's ideal. But what I am saying is you're not going to get fat on it. I don't even know is it possible? Is it possible to get fat on like real quality steak? Not cooked in vegetable oils like butter or beef tallow. Is it possible to get fat on that? You would get so sick on it. You would get so sick. And when you have a lot of variety in your food, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to go from carbs to fat to protein to carbs to fat to go back and forth. That's what gets you to overeat. When you're eating the same foods on a regular basis that are nutrient dense, that really taste good, you're cooking them properly, you're eating the foods that work best for your body. But when you're eating animal based, when you're eating grass-fed beef and pastured eggs and these kinds of things, you get tired of eating. You get full. But it's also because you don't have the constant novelty in your mouth. You're not triggering all those different receptors that just keep you stimulated. It's not a carnival. Eating is not supposed to be a carnival. It's supposed to be nutritious. It's supposed to be satisfying. Okay, let's get into another Telegram post in the Swole fam from Limitless Queen. Yas, Queen. I can actually say yas, Queen. Yas, Queen. How do you guys deal with fear going to the gym? I keep having this push to go to the gym every single day, but I stop myself because I'm afraid that I might do something wrong or that I won't get the progress that I want. You go anyway. Queen, I am going to give you that tough love.
Because
There's no fear. You're not really afraid. You're anxious. You're anxious about the unknown. Like, you have the push to go to the gym, then go. You're afraid you might do something wrong? Okay, you probably will. Who cares? That you won't get the progress you want? You might not if you don't train hard and be consistent. There's risk and reward. Anytime you do something, there's a chance that you won't do it well. You have to get used to failure. Doing something wrong is, okay, you might not get the progress you want immediately. You're not supposed to. The only wrong way, like Jeff said, is to not go. So if anything, go to the gym and do one thing. Go on the treadmill. Go to the gym. You need the habit of going and then do one more thing and then add one more thing and add one more thing. Ask someone if you don't know. Ask us in the Swole fam if you have a question. That's it. Watch what someone else is doing. Copy them, if it looks like they're doing it right. Just go. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. You have to go. Enough with the fear stuff. I'm afraid I might do something wrong. Well, that's why you're in the Swole fam and you have access to all the training. So you know how to do the exercise. You have the instructional videos, you have the programs, so you know what to do. Do something simple. Go and do a simple Swole in 7. You don't have to do it in 7 minutes, but just do those exercises. And that you won't get the progress that you want. Welcome to life. Welcome to life. You might not get the progress you want if you don't do it right, but that's why you have to practice. And the only way you're going to get better at going to the gym and you're going to get better at the gym and at training is by training. So how do we deal with fear going to the gym? I mean, it's only fear if you categorize it as fear. It's really excitement. Your excitement. It's new. It's the unknown. You're going to go put in some effort. You're going to go do something and not get instant gratification. Just go. Either you do it or you don't. If you don't, then you lose. If you don't go, then you lose. So we're here for you. Any other questions or support, we're here for it. But you just need to go and just keep it simple. Go with a list of things or go with a couple items that you're going to do. Go there, do it, and then leave. Go with a plan then. Go with a plan. And absolutely ask a question. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know about a certain exercise, ask someone. Ask a trainer, ask someone at the desk if there's someone that can help you show you a certain exercise, because you don't want to hurt yourself, or how to use a certain machine, or if the pin, or you're like, how does this machine work? Ask someone. People aren't going to make fun of you or laugh at you or talk shit. If you ever ask someone in a gym, and you could drop your own thoughts and we can give some more support, people are going to be very supportive. There's rarely negative like responses in a gym. If you're asking someone an honest question, like, oh, excuse me, could you help me take off some plates? Like someone left all the plates on there. A dude will be like more than happy. Yeah, sure. Take the plates off. Or, oh, excuse me, how do you adjust this? Oh, here you go. Oh, thank you so much. So, yeah, some people are saying, not wanting to end up on TikTok or something like that. This is one of the things that we've talked about. We'll get to Mark's post in a second. This is one of the things that we talked about the other day, because I did a lot of videos in the gym creating content for Swolenormous X, 5-6 years ago when I first started making content. But I'm actually getting to the point where the way things are, I almost think that cell phones shouldn't be allowed. Where you enter the gym. I know some people need a phone on them for emergencies. I almost feel like when you enter the gym, there should just be some sort of like lock box, or you have a locker where you put your phone in or something like that. You're not allowed to use your phone at the gym just because you can easily post and expose someone or invade someone's privacy. I almost feel like, I know you're in a public place, and I guess this depends on what type of gym. If you go to an LA Fitness or 24-hour Fitness, it's just a big box gym. But if you have a small individual gym, I almost feel like it should just be people's sanctuary. You shouldn't be recording people in the gym. And I'm hesitant to say that just because I know it's great to film. Some people, like now I have a home gym, I can film here. But if you're creating content for social media, or you have an area where, but not every gym has the space for that. Or you have an area where, I don't know, like you rent it out, or there's room for like 10 people and you could film in there. Like they have a room where there's a squat rack, a couple dumbbells. If you want to demonstrate exercises, you could film in there or something. I don't know. But then you're putting a lot on certain gyms. I mean, of course, I think that might be where a lot of gyms go. You're going to have gyms that promote it. You're going to have gyms that promote it. They want all the influencers there. They want people to film and record, and it's advertising for the gym, but that's pretty cringe. If I went to a gym, I wouldn't want people recording anymore. I'm at that point where I don't want someone recording and I'm being someone's video. I want people recording me. It's hit or miss, I think. It's hit or miss. But I think you might start seeing that with certain gyms taking a stand, no cell phone, no recording, gyms that either promote it actively or don't promote it. And I think you'll probably know what those gyms are or where they are. You can probably tell what that kind of flow is. But yeah, I almost feel like it's a sanctuary for people to train. You shouldn't have to worry about someone recording you in the background. But I get it. I get it. It's tough because people want to record and maybe you're doing content or you're demonstrating or you're posting for your own social media. Like I do get it. I did that, but I just think things are a little bit different now. When I first started doing it in 2016, 2017, it was Snapchat and it was Periscope was still around. It was still kind of, yeah, a lot of people posted stuff online, but not a lot of people were recording in gyms. So I would have my camera, I'd have a little magnet and I would set up for exercises. So not a lot of people were recording at this time. Now it's really common. Just, everyone's got, the phones are so much different now and everything's so much different and better now. And the camera prices have deflated. The cameras on the phones are better. Everything has live streaming. There's so many different, this was Musical.ly in 2016. People weren't recording. I was putting fitness content on Musical.ly, which is now TikTok, in 2016. My video, there was no one on it. It was like 5 views. I was putting it to like music. The videos were terrible. Anyway, so it's just different now. Mark says, I had to share my doctor appointment update. I found a new doctor because my last one wanted me to eat salad and stop weightlifting. He also wanted me to do green shakes. Oof. I asked him if he lifts or does what I do, to which, no surprise, he said no. I abruptly told him off when all my labs were good, with my cholesterol being a tad bit high. Before leaving his office, I told him, Mark, do you really? I told him he was an idiot and a sad excuse for a doctor, followed by how I could break him over your knee. I call bullshit, Mark. I don't think you called your doctor an idiot and said you would break him over your knee. That sounds like an unnecessary thing to do or say. Okay. My new doctor was not just polite, but noticed I had some size. She asked if I exercise, and I told her I go to the gym 6 days a week for about 2 hours. She asked what I'm training for, and I said for life. Fam, my new doctor lifts some motherfucking weight. We had a small talk about my health, which again, everything is fine, but cholesterol is a tad bit high. But we spent the rest of the time talking about lifting, fat activists, and nutrition. I think the next time I go, I'll try to snag her some Daily Swole merch. Did you really? Mark is just like ravaging the medical community. Thank you for your service, Mark. You're really taking the dick draft to heart. I appreciate it. I know you did say the other day that you needed some reinforcements in Chicago. So if anyone else is interested in serving in Chicago, Mark needs some reinforcements. Okay. We also have an awesome closing post. Very, very, very easy. A very easy, simple post, but explains a lot. Stephanie has her Vegan Tears mug in a coffee maker, and it says coffee this morning in one of my favorite mugs. Ours too. Vegan Tears. Mark says, I just hit a tipping point. No, I hear you. You know, a lot of times you have a doctor for a long time and you know them very well. You've been seeing them for a while. And then afterwards, it's just like, come on, man. You're so unplugged. Just so unplugged. So unplugged and so, archaic with the methods and the mindset and the education, the information. All right, let's get into some questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole if you're live. You can also go to askpapaswole.com to submit a question. Let's take the first question from Jess. First call from Jess. You're on the Sleazecast.
So I'm sure you get this question all the time, but how can I get myself to stay motivated? I feel like I hate using my depression as an excuse, and I'm trying hard not to. But literally, there's just some days that if my house was on fucking fire, I feel like I would just lay there. Like I just go into this dark place where I just don't give a shit. So never mind, I guess that is an excuse. I guess how do I get myself to be more motivated, more get shit done, be on top of it, you know?
I do know. What you're talking about is something objective and binary. So either you do it or you don't. You're obviously dealing with a lot of shit, and a lot of people deal with those low moves and low points. I don't know anything about, aside from what you said, whether you're on medications and things like that, which they don't, I'm not telling people to stop taking their meds, but that's not the answer, right? Are you getting, you can get some professional help and guidance. Hopefully they don't just put you on medication. Are you getting enough sunlight? Are you taking vitamin D? Are you eating quality foods? Are you getting quality sleep? Are you meditating? Are you going for walks? Are you blah, blah, blah? Like all the 7 pillars that we always talk about. Are you doing those things? So I want you to be careful. I'm not saying you don't have depression or suffer from depression, but I think we just need to stop throwing around that term. The same way that people talk about, oh, racism and white supremacy, people just throw that around now. It doesn't mean anything anymore, unfortunately. It still has meaning, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same kind of bite because people just destroy the word by overusing it. And people use depression for, I don't know, being a little tired one day or I don't feel like going to, I'm just depressed. You know, oh, my package, my thing that I arrived, I'm depressed. I got depressed when my package didn't arrive today. It's like, that's not depression. That's like, oh, you're disappointed because you had expectations and you're focusing too much on desires rather than living in the present and enjoying and taking advantage of the time you have right now. So using the term depression, labeling yourself as depressed, talking about it in this way gives it more power. So I'm not saying, oh, you call it something else and then it changes, but I don't know what else what your other actions are. So if your house is on fire, you better get the fuck out. And it's time for you to go to the gym and to exercise. And let me tell you something, Jess. When you take care of all these other fundamentals, eating more nutritious food, getting sunlight early in the morning, getting sleep, sticking to a schedule, whether you feel like it or not, is very important. And going when you don't feel like it, doing something small, doing 10 push-ups, doing something small. Every time you don't feel like doing it, just do 10 push-ups or 10 squats. You just need to have coats of paint and practice doing things when you don't feel like it. It's time for you to work out. I don't feel like it. Okay, irrelevant. You're doing your workout. You're doing these exercises. You're doing this thing. You're leaving and you're doing A, B, and C. So you're not going to set those habits. You're not going to set those patterns unless you actually set those patterns. And believe it or not, most of the time, I don't feel like doing it. I don't think about it in that sense. I don't personally think, oh, do I feel like working out today? It doesn't really come into the equation whether I feel like it. Oh, I know I'm training today. I might observe that I'm kind of dragging or I don't feel like it, or I'd rather just sit around. Your body wants to not do anything. Fundamentally, your body wants to not move. Your body wants to not do anything. There's always that voice in your head that, I'm fine not doing anything. But you have to slap that voice in the fucking tits and do it anyway. So I don't factor in whether I feel like training. I do it anyway. And I'm always glad that I did. But it's very important to understand that you're not going to feel like it often. So don't use that as something that factors into the equation. Very important. And I'm not saying that solves depression. But more often than not, people use this term, it's overprescribed, it's overdiagnosed depression. It's often medicated, which doesn't get to the root cause of the concern and the source of it. So you have to get to the source. And Jess, if you're not eating well, if you're not sleeping well, if you're not getting sunlight, I'd fucking be depressed too. If you're on social media all the time, if you're watching the news all the time, if you're around negative people and stressful environments, I would be fucking depressed too. I would be escaping and not wanting to leave either. So you have to really work on those 7 pillars. You have to really work on the inputs, what you're putting in your face hole, what you're putting in your ear holes, what you're putting in your eye holes. Seriously, cutting down blue light at night, red lights, get some blue blocking glasses. Don't be staring at your screen, quality sleep, meditation. You need to attack. You need to attack these weak points because it's not going to get better on its own. So you keep asking about motivation. And in closing, we talk about it a lot, but in closing, that's the wrong question. You're looking for something that's just the wrong direction. It's the wrong path. You need to go and do it because it's time to do it and get to the source of your other habits. That way it'll help you execute more. And the more you execute when you don't feel like it, the better you get at executing when you don't feel like it. And it slowly just becomes not a part of the equation at all. So it's a good question. It is a question that we've gotten many times, but it's important to address it because people still use the term. Language is powerful. Language is powerful. So if you're talking about motivation, that means you're waiting to feel like doing something. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, right? If I only exercised and put myself through stress when I felt like it, I wouldn't work out often. And I'm sure if I actually logged all the times that I didn't feel like training, it would probably surprise you. I always say this. I'm probably the majority of the time, I would say. But it's usually fleeting, kind of like, oh, I just feel like, all right. And then you get going. And then I get into it. And then I have a great workout. But that initial feeling like it, do I feel like putting my body through pain? That's not really something that's going to get a positive response all the time. Yay! But I know the outcome. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. All right. I know my purpose. I know the reason why I'm doing it. I know what I'm going to get from it. I know what's going to happen and how I'm going to feel at the end of it. So then I do it. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Looking for if there was some live. So anyway, if you want to call back in, Jess, if you want to give us more context as to what you're eating and other habits, that can definitely help us tremendously. All right, everyone, let's get a little golf clap. Hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube. We'll take a couple more questions. Let's take another call, actually. That was fire. Thank you for calling, Jess. Let's take this one from Joe. You're on the line.
Hey, Papa Swole. I got a question, dude.
Do it.
How can I get my friend to push more weight without him getting offended or getting mad? Been trying for him to lose weight. Well, all he does is run and run and run. And I feel like he needs to lift some more weight. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Does he lift weights? You said, how do I tell my friend to lift more weights without him getting offended? Jesus Christ. Sounds like you need a new friend. It sounds like you need some new friends, Joe. I'm just going to say it.
We choose truth over facts.
Look, you're a dude. If he's your friend, just tell him to stop being a pussy and lift some more fucking weight so he doesn't get fatter. That's how dudes should talk to one another. Hey, man, you're getting fat. You need to lift some more fucking weight so you're not a soggy soy boy. So I don't know what the whole friend dynamic that you have with, but if you don't know whether or not you should tell your friend he needs to lift more weights, or if you're like, oh, dude, you got to lift some more weights, man. If you want to, like, you're running all the time, but you're not going to get the results you want unless you start lifting more weights. Here's my next phrase. Aside from getting a new friend, which sounds like this guy is a kind of a zero. Joe, are you doing it? Are you lifting heavy weights? Are you getting awesome results? Are you crushing? Are you consistent as fuck? Again, it all comes down to, like, do you have leverage for that kind of authority? And I want to make this clear. Do you have leverage for that type of authority? Because a lot of people talk with authority, but they're a hypocrite. They tell someone else to do something that they should be doing themselves, so they really don't have a leg to stand on. You're telling someone, like your family or friends, how do I get my so-and-so to eat healthier? Well, are you having pizza once a week and having a cheat meal? because people watch and they see everything that you're doing. So if you're not doing it, you're full of shit, and they're just going to take it as you being a dick, and they're going to take it as you think you're better than them, and, well, why don't you do it? Because, or whatever. It's going to come out in some other sort of argument. So if you're not doing it, then you don't have any leg to stand on to tell someone else to do it. But you have to live and lead by example. So if you're doing it, Joe, if you're crushing weights and you're getting results, and your friend sees you doing that, that's going to get him moving in that direction naturally. But if you're having this conversation, one, I know, look, again, I'm just going to come up with all these different things. He's your friend, but man, is it any of your business? And the reason why I say that is, yeah, he's your friend, but people are going to do what they're going to do. You can't control what your friend's going to do. Even if you tell him, hey man, like, how do I tell my friend to lift more weights because he's getting fat? Use your mouth. Use your mouth. Like, you need to lift more weights because you're not losing fat. You're just running all the fucking time. So that's how you tell your friend. Whether or not they get offended is whether or not you're right. They're probably going to they get offended. You know, a real friend is going to tell someone the truth. But you can't control what they do. So even if you're giving them good information, even if you're leading by example, he or she, whoever we're talking to, you know, but in particular Joe, they still might not do it. So you have to be prepared for that. You have to lead by example. You get results, lift more weights, blah, 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 and maybe they'll come around. But you'll have more leverage and authority with your messaging if you're actually doing it. If you're just telling someone to do something and you're not actually living it, then you're just kind of full of shit and you're a hypocrite. Kind of a strange question. How do I tell my friend to lift more? Like, tell him to lift more fucking weights. Unfortunate. And look, a lot of people think that running, they're just going to do running and lose fat. That's not how it works. I mean, can you lose some fat? Sure. You can be physically fit and healthy and you should be able to run. You should be able to sprint and do all these different things. But if you're not lifting weights, you're not going to have the physique. People want muscles and they want abs. And they want to be lean and they go fucking running. I see all these soft, skinny fat chodes when I'm walking Rufus. I see them running by. I'm like, you look like shit. And that's my opinion, and I'm welcome to it. You look like shit. You look like you don't exercise. You're running, but you look like you look sickly, or you look soft. You need to lift weights. Can you run also? Sure. You need to learn how to run properly and proper foot placement and gait, you know, running heel to toe on pavement, whatever. But people run and they think they're going to be getting healthier. Not at the expense of lifting weights, bone density, muscle mass, strength. That's what you want. Okay. Especially ladies. Ladies are just going to do cardio. They do spin classes. I see these things on TikTok all the time. There's like music spin class and people are coming up and clapping and moving their hands like this. You ever see that shit? They're pedaling. What the fuck is that? What in the actual fuck is that? Well, Papa Swole, at least they're doing something. No. I'm not going to do that. Well, at least they're doing something. They're just sweating. Have you seen that? The beat, boom, boom, and they're pedaling and they're doing like these hand things, touching their shoulders. Fucking retarded. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about, drop in the comments. If you don't, Google it. It's horrifying. Okay. I don't need to go to a haunted house. Just put me in a spin class and be like, oh God, I can't. My heart rate's going to go through. Brittany, Papa Swole, how many kettlebell swings do you do per set? Do you measure it or just go until you're tired? Well, that completely depends. It's like anything else. If you're doing it more for cardio or endurance, you do more reps. If you're doing it for strength and power, you do less reps, heavier weight. So if you do like a heavier weight, less reps, it's only really power and strength if you are. Now you'll get strength, you'll get muscle endurance and tendon, ligament, and it's good to do high reps with kettlebells, especially if you're warming up or if you're new to kettlebells and stuff. But if you're trying to do strength and power, you need to be getting towards failure. Now with kettlebells, you don't want to be You're not doing spotted reps. You're not doing forced reps with kettlebell. You're not doing that kind of training. So once the form starts to break, you're done. All right. Very high risk when you start getting fatigued. If you're doing kettlebell swings, you start to become unbalanced and you start to break down. You don't want to be swinging like forward and then you hinge too hard and you hurt your back. So once your form starts breaking, your set's done. You don't force reps with kettlebells like you might with like weights or a spotter or something like that, barbell work, dumbbell work. So if you're doing kettlebells, for example, if I'm doing heavy kettlebell swings, I'm doing 5 to 10 or whatever repetitions. I'm using the 120 or 150 pound kettlebell. I'm not going to be doing 50 repetitions. I'm not doing endurance. That's for strength and power. So if I'm doing a higher rep set, then yeah, you might be able to do 20 reps or 30 reps and do a cycle, do like 15 cleans on each side and then do some snatches and then do some kettlebell swings, one arm. So it really depends on what you're doing. Kettlebells are great for endurance. They're great for cardio. They're great for mobility. Kettlebells are a fantastic tool. So it depends on what kind of training you're doing. So you can use them for different things. You could do more reps or you could do less reps depending on the weight. So if you have a lighter weight and you do 5 repetitions, that's not really strength and power because the overload isn't sufficient for your needs to trigger those types of adaptations. But again, if you don't have a lot of kettlebells or super heavy ones, you could do 1-arm kettlebell swings. So if you only have up to like a 50-pound kettlebell, 2-arm kettlebell swings, you could do a lot of reps and you'll be out of breath and it'll be great endurance. So you'll feel burn, glutes, pump, and all that stuff. But if you want to increase the weight of your kettlebells, just do single arm stuff. And then it amplifies, let's say for kettlebell swings, you could do single leg or single arm. Andres, tell him to go to the Puto Gimnasia with you. If he's your pal, he'll get the message. Blessings from Buenos Aires to you all, fam. Thank you, Andres. Good to see you back. Yeah, tell him to go to the Puto Gimnasia. Again, going back to the friend question, the call from Joe. If he's your friend, treat him like your friend. Tell him the fucking truth. But at the same time, you're going to get more of a chance to get pushback if you're not actually living it. If you're just telling someone to do something and you're not doing it, it's like, who the fuck do you think you are to tell someone else to do something that you're not doing? So make sure you're living that lifestyle and you're practicing what you preach. Josh and Silas, last call in for the day. 2 people? 2?
Hey, Papa Swole, it's Josh and Silas calling in again. My 10-year-old wants to ask you a question.
Can you make a Swolopoly board game?
Man, I would play the shit out of a Swolopoly board game, but you would probably beat me like you do in every other Monopoly game. Thanks, Papa.
Oh, that's awesome. Shout out to Josh and Silas. That's fucking great. Lady Hawk says it's a they, them.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Oh, Swolopoly board. Hey, you never know. You never know. Now I actually have to make it, right? Now I actually have to make it. The shirt went viral, and now I got to make the goddamn thing. All right. Swolopoly. I would play that. I would play Swolopoly. I would play it myself. All right, fam. That was awesome. Thank you for the calls, everyone. Remember, go to askpapaswolio.com to submit a question. We do have more Instagram questions we had yesterday, but we're not going to get into more today. Thank God. Thank God. Look, call in, save me. Save us all from Instagram questions. I think that's what the promotion of the askpapaswolio.com, to call in or to be here live to ask a question. I think that's the pitch, to get you to call in. Save us. Save us all from Instagram questions. Make sure you show up live and ask a question or call in and save us all from Instagram questions. I think that's the actual play. I think we'll get 1,000 call-ins. Yeah, it's your job, fam. It's your job. It's your job to save us from Instagram questions. Now, we have gotten lucky. We have gotten some good Instagram questions in the past, but it's a tightrope and you fall off all the fucking time. So save us from Instagram questions, call in, show up live, and we'll get to more tomorrow. So by the way, again, tomorrow is just a reminder. We talked about it earlier, but tomorrow is just pure questions. Tomorrow's pure questions. So you can head on over to askpapaswolio.com when you're listening to this or after the show, call in. And again, askpapaswolio.com is great 24 hours a day. You wake up at 3 a.m. and you're like, oh shit, I need to ask a question. call in like, hey, Papa, what do you think about rainbows and depression? And you fall back asleep. And be like, we're going to be able to get your fever dreams on the show. But if you can't catch it live, or you're not going to be able to make it to an episode, like you're not going to be able to make it on Tuesday or Wednesday for the live stream, or you're busy and you want to ask a question, call in and then you'll be featured. So it's like priority questions when you're unable to catch a live stream. So whenever you have, you can call in again. You call in once, you can call in 5 times if you have questions. So make sure you do so, Papa Swole. AskPapaSwole.com. So tomorrow, the 26th, we have Ask Papa Swole live tomorrow morning. It'll be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Instagram question is going to be like, how do I lift weights big, get big? It's like, but Instagram, you don't have a lot of space. So I do understand. Instagram, you don't have a lot of space, so you have to fit it. But some people just ask like, how do I go gym? It's like, oh, God damn it. God damn it. All right. Time to go balls deep, fam. It's time. It's time. It's time. It is time.
That's deep.
Just like Rafiki. It is time. Or is that like Mufasa? I forget what part that was. It is time. It is time. Simba. Go to the fucking gym. The Swole King. Oh, that's a new shirt. You follow Papa Swole. He knows the way. All right. Yeah, Instagram be like, how do I lose belly fat? All right. We're going balls deep. We're going balls deep. And yeah, I didn't want to go that deep. I didn't want to go that deep. All right, maybe we'll get into that. Let's get into this society question. I hope the audio should be fixed on this one. So let's just do the one that got cut off yesterday. Let's see if it sucks again. If the audio still sucks, we'll skip it. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
This is titled It's Society. Let's see here.
This idea that I need to be in a thinner body is harmful. The idea that like my body is the most important thing about me or the way I look is the most important thing about me is harmful. Like, while I can acknowledge and know all those things, it's also true that we live in a society in which it tells us that's true. It tells us that, especially for women, right? It tells us that that is a determination of our worth.
Yeah, but that's biological and evolutionary too. So if you're an unhealthy, obese person, it's not going to be as viable for reproduction. And attraction's a real thing. Just saying, attraction's a real thing. And that's going to depend. Some people like big women or big men. And okay, there's someone out there for you. But, you know, I mean, is it people's low self-esteem is just being projected on society as if it's society's fault when it's really your parents and your upbringing. It really is how you're raised. Because there are plenty of people that have navigated this evil society. It's so evil. It's so bad. How come some people are successful with that and some people aren't? Sounds like parenting, right? Okay.
And so it's like we constantly have to fight against the narratives that we are getting every day when we know what's the truth. And that can be really, really challenging. And
what is the truth? What is the truth? That's a good question. What is the truth?
We choose truth over facts.
So the truth is really what you're making up, because there's truth, which is this term thrown around. So in other words, what you think is real, and then there's actually real. There's reality. So you mean your truth. What you're really saying is your lived experience. Your lived experience. That's what we're talking about here. Your feelings. Right.
Have to fight against the narratives that we are getting every day.
Gotta fight.
When we know what's the truth. And that can be really, really challenging. And so.
Oh, life is challenging.
You know, we talk about body positivity and like a lot of the messages in mainstream body positivity around like just love yourself. And while I think it's all important that we really important that we all love ourselves, and I like deeply believe in that, I also think that if we just talk about self-love without talking about the systems in place,
you're close.
like
nothing's ever going to change.
Nothing changes.
if we okay, I'm still pausing. We have to take the stupidity in pieces. If we just talk about self-love, I thought she was going to go with, if we just talk about self-love without personal responsibility and effort and hard work, I would agree with you. So self-love, when we talk about just, love myself and change my hashtags, you have to love me. You have to call me certain things. You have to act in a certain way because I'm perfect. Yeesh, that's creepy. That's weird. That's narcissistic. That's irrational. It's just not real. It's not life. It's not reality. You're living in some fucking fantasy land. But when it comes to, it's easy to say, or it's one thing to say self-love, but then if we don't talk about the systems in place, then you're just projecting all your own responsibility onto the systems rather than getting your head screwed on right, getting your shit together, fighting against systems rather than actually, look, you don't have to fight against lions, tigers, and bears. Your villages aren't getting raided and pillaged, and you're not at the risk of getting raped and enslaved by barbarian tribes. So you have to fight against something. Let's fight against these boogeyman systems. Or just change your habits. Work hard on yourself. That's how you fight the systems. God forbid someone goes to the fucking gym. God damn. God damn.
I am the danger.
Okay.
About the systems in place, it like
back up.
That if we just talk about self-love without talking about the systems in place, it like
nothing's ever going to change.
Nothing changes. And also it negates the fact that like, even if I really love myself, say I've come to a place where I love myself, I love my body, I love everything about myself, that doesn't change the fact that I can still be harmed in the world because of my body and the way I look.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I fucking knew it.
Matt Damon.
Okay, even if I love myself and I've come to a place where I love everything about myself, I love myself so much. Great. Congratulations. Nice. So once you come out of your bubble into the world, that doesn't change the fact that I can still be harmed in the world because of my body. You're going to be harmed in the world because of your body and the way I look. Sounds like you don't love yourself at all. Sounds like you have really low self-esteem and you're a very sensitive individual that is not psychologically equipped for life. Does anyone else hear something else? I'm just trying to translate. Is that about it?
60% of the time, it works.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense.
If you heard something else, drop in the comments. I mean, if you heard something else, maybe not different, but similar, like if it translated to you, like what'd you hear? What'd you hear with that? Anyone? What did you hear? Curious. Cerny said a boring conversation. No shit. Okay. All right. Let's see. We're going to do this one first. We're going to do, oh God, again. Sorry. If you're eating or if you're sensitive to like jump scares or like epilepsy, you know, when they do like one of those like flash warnings, this is just like you've been warned. So this is a response. My God. Being fat is not healthy. There's a comment that says being fat is not healthy. No cap. No lies were said, like straight up. Being fat is not healthy. True. Fact check, true. I'm curious as to the response. Not really. It's going to be something against it, but let's go. Everyone, my eyes.
Let's say you're right. Let's say every single fat person on the planet is unhealthy. Not true, but let's say you're right. Then what? Like, what are we supposed to do with that? Do fat people not deserve to be treated equally?
No one's saying that. You just want to be oppressed so bad. The only thing oppressing you is gravity. You want people against you. Are we just going to be treated equally? Who doesn't treat fat people equally? I mean, treat yourself. People don't treat themselves equally. Okay? A lot of people trash their fucking bodies. They don't exercise. They eat garbage. They don't go outside. Okay? So you don't treat yourself equally. You don't treat yourself the same way I treat myself, obviously. So you're just saying words.
Fat people not deserve to be treated with humanity just because they're unhealthy.
Has anyone ever said that? Oh my God, there's a fat person. Do not treat that person with humanity. Said no one ever. There's no fat concentration camps. No one's sending you to Auschwitz. Like, it's not, that's not happening, okay? It's not happening.
Every time I post a video, I'm told I'm unhealthy.
I wonder why. Every time I post a video, I'm told I'm unhealthy. Every time I post a video, I'm told I'm unhealthy. If you're just listening, you could hear the wide angle lens. You can hear the video. Like, you can hear the size. And I'm not saying that to be rude. Yeah. You're not healthy. There's no fucking chance in hell that you're healthy. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means your habits are not good. Now, if you're curious as to why you're in that situation, no, but I can't, I'm born this way, this is the way I am. I'm curious. Again, I always say this, never going to happen. Never going to get this, never going to get this. I would love to see like the itinerary. I want to see the moment by moment, minute by minute of all the habits. Like if we could have like a whole printout, you know, like 9:03 a.m. eats this, 9:15 goes to the bathroom. Like a whole breakdown of everything you ate, everything you did for a week. And we can look at it. I wonder just like how many, probably more holes in that, more holes than Swiss cheese. Like there's no way that all those habits, moment by moment, day by day, are not leading you or not causing this situation. And this is compounded over years. There's no fucking way. There's no way you're doing all the things that you should be doing and you're just morbidly obese. Like, that does not happen.
I'm told I'm unhealthy. I'm told that fat people can't be healthy. Da 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 da. Why does that matter? Why does your health matter? Being healthy?
What? Whoa. Why does that matter? Why does your health matter? I'm sorry, what? What?
Why does that matter? Why does your health matter? Being healthy shouldn't be a prerequisite for being treated like a person.
Matt Damon.
Being healthy shouldn't be a prerequisite. You're being treated like a person. You're being treated like a fat, unhealthy person. I would have a conversation with her the same way I would have with someone who wasn't 3 people wide. You're going to be treated like a person. You're just going to be treated like a very big person. You're still a person. No one's not treating you like a person. You're just in denial that cause and effect exist in this world.
Not that any of you are actually concerned with our health. We all know.
Don't say our. You're not speaking for fat people. You're speaking for yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't like yourself. And you just can't believe how anyone could love you. And you're projecting that and leaning into it because it makes you feel comfortable because you're used to it. You're used to not liking yourself. I don't blame you, but why would you like yourself? You don't put any effort in. You have to deserve love. You have to earn your own self-love. You have to put in some fucking work. I don't know what else to say about that. Like, just put in some fucking work.
You use that as a transparent excuse to share your hatred for fat people. You are an anonymous person on the internet. My health is none of your business.
Anonymous? I'm Papa fucking Swole.
Emotional damage.
How
dare you?
I know she's talking to the person that commented. Being fat is not healthy. You're an anonymous person on the internet speaking to the person. My health is none of your business. You're making it people's business. You're lying to people that being fat is healthy or that it's something glorious or that you're making it people's business by talking about it, by responding to it. Like, you're making it people's business. Turn your comments off. Again, another person that shouldn't be speaking on the internet, should not be posting comments or content, should not be reading comments. This is not good for this individual. Most people, I should say many, probably most can't handle this kind of shit. Most people can't handle social media. They cannot handle, or they have a small account. They talk to their friends. That's fine. And they look at content. They like videos. They comment, and they have a couple hundred followers of friends and people that they know, and they just use Instagram just socially. People that create content, that make videos to like grow a social account, most people can't handle it. Most people cannot. This is why you have YouTube creators, all these people that have depression and they burn out and they lose their fucking minds, and it's because most people can't handle that kind of shit. It's not easy, I suppose. If you're good at it, you're good at it. If you're not, it shows. Like, it shows you can't handle it. Case end point. Okay.
None of your business. And if you say, yeah, I will only treat you like a person if you're healthy.
Who says that? No one says that. I will only treat you like a person if you're healthy. What? Who says that? All right, from now on, fam, I'm only treating people like people if they're healthy. If you're not a healthy person, you're not a person. But Papa Swole, I identify as a person. Too bad. Too bad. You're a toad now. From now on, you're a toad. If you're not healthy, you're no longer a person. You shall be a toad. No one's ever said this. No one has ever said this. This is, look, again, no one. I'm a fitness professional, been in health and fitness. I've been doing this shit my entire fucking life for the most part. If you say, yeah, I will only treat you like a person if you're healthy. No one has ever said that. There's never a phrase that's crossed anyone's fucking mind. That just doesn't happen. This is this individual's internal self-talk. She doesn't feel like she's being treated like a human. That's not what's happening. No one's not treating her like a human.
I will only treat you like a person if you're healthy. Then you are spewing eugenicist ideas. Is that the take you want to have? I personally reconsider.
Yeah, so all of a sudden you're like Hitler, you're just eugenicist, or I don't know, the founder of Planned Parenthood. Like, you're just all of a sudden a eugenicist. All of a sudden, yeah, okie dokie. Okie dokie. No one's not treating you like a human. They're treating you like all the human. Like, they're treating you like a human. Like, you're a lot of human. And they're... Look, when you create your identity around being fat, of course you're going to defend being fat. If your whole identity is being fat, of course everyone else is against you, because when your identity is your fatness, like, my identity isn't my muscles. That's my body. Like, my identity isn't attached to, like, muscle size. You have to separate that. When your identity is being fat, anyone that says, hey, being fat is unhealthy, this is what's really important. Pay attention. When you form your identity and your source of your existence, where you get community and love and attention, when your identity is being fat, and that's who you are, and you're like fit fabulous or fat psychologist or whatever online, that's your identity. When someone says being fat isn't healthy, it's a direct attack on your identity, and people freak the fuck out. The problem is not that fat isn't healthy, which is objectively true. It's that people are creating their identity around fatness being this holier than thou thing, playing the victim, and that's who they are. They are a fat person. And if you say fat's unhealthy, they're not treating me like a person. You're a eugenicist. No, I'm not. I just exercised. I'm a swole premicist. I go to the gym. I'm not a eugenicist. I just go to the gym, and I know being fat is not good for you. Attacks on me, quite frankly, or attacks on science.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, or attacks on donuts. All right. Well, just when you think it couldn't get worse, we're going to wrap this bad boy up.
What's in the box?
With a genderless parenting. And I think we've done this person before. I swear to God, is this person the parent? They look like it looks like it's 14. What is happening? Let's check it out. I'm sorry. This is awful. This is
So the difference between gender neutral parenting and genderless parenting.
Is this an adult? Someone tell me this is not a fucking adult. Someone tell me that this person has a child. What is it? What the fuck is going on?
So the difference between gender neutral parenting and genderless parenting is that one is completely neutral and the other is not. From my understanding, gender neutral parenting is just using they them pronouns, using neutral clothing and neutral toys. And
what's a neutral toy?
Genderless parenting, it's quite the opposite. For my youngest, we use all pronouns, including neopronouns, because we want them to feel each pronoun and see what makes them most comfortable.
What? No, don't ruin the child. Don't.
With my oldest, we've done this, and she goes by...
Yo, how many Quaaludes does this fucking person take? What is going on here? What is happening?
She, her, he, him pronouns. And has expressed that they are both a boy and a girl. Gender neutral parenting, it's basically making a non-binary baby, and that's not the goal with the genderless parenting. In essence, gender neutral parenting is giving them neutral everything. Gender creative parenting or genderless parenting is allowing them to experience both masculine and feminine things.
Hey Wesley.
Yeah.
Are you a boy or a girl?
A boy and a girl.
What are your pronouns?
Him and she.
How do you know?
Because you told me.
That's how I feel.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Jesus Christ. That's fucking bad shit. This person's on some sort of medication, obviously, or needs to be on a lot more. That last part is really cringe. It's really evil, but I just want to play it again. This child does not know. This child has no idea what he's saying. That's a boy, has no idea what he's saying, is just responding the way he was conditioned and taught by this person, and is doing that because gets love and attention. Case in point, right? Watch to the end.
Hey Wesley.
Yeah.
Are you a boy or a girl?
A boy and a girl.
What are you?
How would... Obviously not the case. God, what the fuck is wrong with this person? Look at her fucking eyes. What the fuck?
Pronouns.
Him and she.
How do you...
What are your pronouns? Fam, does any child that age know what a pronoun is? No. How would they know? Or how would they respond? Because they were taught that way. No child knows what a pronoun is. You don't learn grammar like that. You don't learn what that fucking is at that age. Kid's like 4 fucking years old.
You know.
How do you know? How do you know? What did mom tell me?
That's how I feel.
That's how I feel. Right. That's how I feel. That's right. That's how I feel. Yeah. I remember.
Okay.
Look. Okay. Well, I love you. So it's like a dog. This person prompted the child with these things. The kid had to think about it. That's how I feel. I got the answer. Okay. Well, I love you.
I love you.
I love you too.
So the kid just received praise for reciting the stupid nonsense. How old? What is going on? What is going on? This is like a 15-year-old. And again, look, this is what I always talk about. Love and attention and belonging. The child wants love and attention. Children want hugs. They want support. They want there's affirmation and there's support. There's love and care and there's brainwashing. A child's going to do whatever. A dog will do whatever. So, for example, if I tell Rufus to sit, guess what he's going to do? He's going to sit. If I say down, he's going to get down. Now, he only knows that the word down means down because I taught him to get on the floor when I say the word down. If I said, I don't know, Rufus, crumblo, and I, put the treat down and he went down, good crumblo. Yes, good crumblo. If I said Rufus crumblo, he would go to the ground. It's just the association. So the kid's saying that nonsense. Kid doesn't know what a pronoun is. Kid doesn't know what a boy or girl is. He's just like, you should know at that point.
Boys have a penis, girls have vagina.
But is only repeating that because the parent is giving out treats, giving out the love and attention treats. That's what it is. The little treat, that's love and attention. Good. You said that's how you feel. Very good boy. I love you. I love you too. That's some sick shit. That's sick. Gross. And I don't know how many drugs, that was kind of a scary video. If that's a parent, first off, that parent looks like she's 14 herself. The mind of a 14-year-old, but what's wrong with the eyes? Let me just bring that back up for a second, right?
So the difference
Please don't talk.
between
Please stop talking. What is going on with the eyes? What is with that? Look at the eyes are closed. What is with that? What's the fuck?
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
What medications do you think this person's on? That looks like serious fucking drugs. There's something hardcore medicated. Okay.
Are there any women here today?
All right. Yikes. Let's get a little tainty, man. A little tainty boy first. I know it's horrifying. And of course we got the church. We gotta turn her around. Don't you want to see for the camera? You show everyone how cute you are? Don't you want to show everyone you're cute? You got to show everyone how cute you are. Scratch your butt. It's her favorite tank. The I flex, you flex. I gotta advertise it. There we go. Good girl. All right, so at least we got the church and the Pinkston. Rufus is completely fucking punched out. All right, fam. Tomorrow is Ask Papa Swole live. Go and check out yesterday's Daily Swole. Driving while gaining in overtime. It's available for members. Let's give away this Swole Slut card, shall we? Oh my God, that was brutal. That was brutality. Instead of fatality, brutality. And this is why we need licenses to breed. Oh, Swole fam, bringing the fucking heat. Scroll. Who gave me a Swole Slut Saturday? One more time. Didn't land on anyone. Here we go. You still got a chance, fam. Drop it. We're coming back down. I'm scrolling. Stop. Scrolling. Stop. Scrolling. Stop. Scrolling. Stop. Scrolling. Stop. Up. We got a Schwinner. Today's winner. Yo, that sounds like a Swole Slut. Dylan Higgins. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I said, all right. Dylan, congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2486 in the subject, your mailing address in the bio, the email. Fam, that was a lovely episode. Felt really good today. Great sesh. Congratulations, Dylan. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Fire episode. Thank you. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Got a little hairy at the end, but we made it through. We did it, fam. We did it. We made it.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Don't forget tomorrow. It's the Q&A-ness tomorrow. It's only a day away. Ooh, antidepressants. Let's go. I should have hit that button.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
That's what I should have hit. I missed it.
What happened to your queer party friends?
Elizabeth always needs a rusty spoon.
I like to caress
That's a standard. I can't believe the worst thing is to miss a soundboard opportunity. I did get the Ice Chico though. No medication except my fucking antidepressants. That was it. But the Ice Chico, I think that was good.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
I'm your huckleberry. That's my game.
Shut up, bitch!
It's all bullshit. All of it.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Hey-o.
But no more shenanigans, no more tomfoolery, no more ballyhoo.
As you can see, my nipples have been removed from my body. Where they are, I don't know.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
No need to stop being a lady. Quit worrying. You'll be back on your knees in no time. Fucking people.
I better use my strong hand.
My strong hand. That's my dick. Coast to coast. Fucking nailed it. Undefeated. Fam, undefeated again, as if you had any doubt. 2,486 knowledge cocks in a row. Very nice. Fam, thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed Swole Slut Saturday. Tomorrow, Ask Papa Swole Live. We'll kick it off probably around the same time, 9 or 10. And, of course, you'll get a Swole text, a notification before the live stream. Make sure you share the show with your friends and leave us a review on Apple Podcast, Spotify, anywhere you bang your ear holes. Super easy to leave a review. To hit the 5 stars if you enjoy the show. It helps tremendously. But if you have not yet done so, hit the thumbs up before you leave the live stream if you're watching on YouTube. And shout out to the fam in the Daily Swole Telegram chat as well. We'll see you tomorrow for 2487. Peace, McGeese, Deuce, Magoose, ya boy, Papa Swole. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I gift rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new.